Hi, until recently I preferred the Beautyblender for applying my foundation. But then I became very acneic and then found that I had severe hyperpigmentation, so I needed full coverage. So I find that flat top foundation brushes give me full coverage and help me stay matte for longer. I suppose the dampness of the Beautyblender has a lot to do with it. So particularly when you're working with very thick foundations, I find that flat top brushes work better. Now I like buffing in my foundation rather than stippling or dappling or bouncing or anything, because that gives me full coverage. So I'm going to tell you what my favorite flat top foundation brushes are and what I like about each one and what I dislike about some of them and why they're my favorites. So I'll be showing you these in the order of surface area, with most surface area first and least surface area last. So the first and probably my favorite among these is the Huda Beauty Buff and Blend brush. Angled, as you can see, costs £22. Adequate flexibility, dense, soft, very populated, gentle, no gap between the ferrule and the bristles. Huge gripe is that it is white, and I don't do well with the white bristles because a lot of foundations do stain, and all the washing can't get the stain out. I don't know if you can see the stain over there. It's definitely there. So that's the only thing I don't really like about this brush. It settles in nicely on the face and all that sort of thing. Works really well. I do wish they'd bring out this one in black, and if they do, I'd buy two. Next one, also very close and very firm favorite. Pretty much all these are made in China, don't ask me why. It Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe Deluxe Airbrush Blending Brush number 6. Airbrush Foundation Brush number 6. Incredibly dense, denser than the Huda Beauty one, more densely populated, very rigid. I prefer rigidity when buffing in thick foundations. It gives you very good coverage. So less flexible than Huda, shorter bristles than Huda. This one costs $48. The next one is my go-to brush on a daily basis. I also keep one in my travel bag. It is a Sigma F80 brush, also dense, less surface area than the It Cosmetics one, less dense than the It Cosmetics one. Of the two, I prefer the It Cosmetics one, but for a daily, for my daily needs, the Sigma one will do, so that's why I'm keeping it. It also works very well for setting powder, and while traveling, that is why I like this brush for traveling, because once you buff in your foundation, you can also do the same with setting powder with this brush without going in for another one. So Sigma F80 costs $25. The next one is more flexible. The Delium Tools 957, very flexible. Not as dense, although it's very gentle, just $18. The Delium Tools also comes in yellow bamboo, which I have, and that is an absolute pain to clean because the bristles are entirely yellow. So as I told you, I prefer bristles that are, on the darker side, easier to clean. I mean, not just easier to clean, foundations don't leave stains if the bristles are on the darker side. The next one is the one I like the least. It is the Wet n Wild Precision Foundation Brush. Costs $7.99. Angled. For some reason, there's a little dip here in the middle, and it's very flexible. There's a gap between the ferrule and the bristles, which is probably my first problem with it. I'm a bit of a brush snob that way. Secondly, I don't know, I think it drinks up product. So, and it doesn't have the rigidity that I like for buffing in thick formula into my skin. So that's why I don't really love this. This is also in my travel makeup bag. The smallest surface area of the lot is Sonia Kashuk. This is tool number 4. Very small, but very precise. As much give to it as the Delium Tools one had. Nice for concealing and nice for precision work. It has less of a gap than the Wet n Wild one, $16. Now the next one isn't a flat top brush. It's probably my favorite. The only problem is that I'm too sort of careful of it that I don't like using it at all. It is the Artist brush number 10, oval number 10. I bought the entire Artist holiday set a couple of years ago, and although I love the oval brushes so much, I hardly dare to use them because I want to store them away. They're so expensive. This one is $77. for this brush. And I can tell you here and now, there are plenty of dupes out there for the artist brushes, and I wouldn't buy any of them. I mean, I have a couple. They don't work half as well, I can tell you. Rather than buy a dupe, I would recommend saving up and buying the real thing. Huge surface area, buffs in nicely, very little gap between, this isn't a ferrule, very little gap between the holder and the bristles. So very nice, gives very, very flawless coverage, very full coverage, oval, nice little brush, very little give to it. This is probably my favorite foundation brush, if I could bring myself to use it. But at $77, I want to, hide it away and sort of put it away in a box that with a lot of soft packaging and, put it up the loft or something. So the good thing is that most of them don't drink up product, which is my main concern. Not even the artist one. I was scared the artist one would drink up product, but it doesn't. So those are my favorite flat top brushes for buffing in foundation. I'd love to know what yours are. Do tell me in the box below. So that's all from me for today. Thank you for watching this video. Please do give me a thumbs up and please do subscribe to my channel, and I'll speak to you soon.